What is up mga paps? Welcome to the Fantasy Basketball PH Podcast, your Filipino brand of fantasy basketball. And of course, this is your fantasy Papi Roy. Ayun, back-to-back episodes tayo mga paps. Hahabulin natin yung mga na walang panahon na hindi tayo nakakapag gawa ng episode. So, for this episode, ang pag-uusapan naman natin mga paps ang Western Conference Round 1. Ayan. So, bakbakan to kasi actually itong Western Conference bukod sa mas mahigpit yung competition nila over well, mahigpit pa rin naman sa East pero if you compare both conferences, mas mahigpit sa Western Conference. Plus, in the past few games, mas madaming controversies itong Western Conference kaya malupit ang ating pag-uusapan for this episode. Okay, dahil sa lupit ng pag-uusapan natin, napaka-underwhelming, no? Tapos biglang ang umpisa, Denver Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. So, nabanggit ko last episode na merong ilan na masasabi ko na lopsided na matchup. Feeling ko isa to. Um, I do understand the ano, yung yung amor dun sa Timberwolves kasi technically meron namang dahilan kaya some might say na hindi naman basta-basta matatalo ang Timberwolves sa matchup nila do sa number one team natin for the season, which is the Denver Nuggets. Okay? So bakit ba may mga nagsasabi na this is a bad matchup for the Denver Nuggets? This is mainly because of the player matchup. Okay? So pag-usapan natin 'yan. Uh First and foremost, pag-usapan muna pala natin yung season series nila. So again, yung season series nila is 2-2. So split. So if you'll check this, parang mukhang papalag tong Timberwolves. Pagkatapos pag-check naman natin yung records nila, 53 and 29 ng Denver Nuggets. Samantalang 42 and 40 itong Minnesota Timberwolves. Home, 34 and 7 ng Nuggets. Away is 19 and 22. Samantalang ang Wolves naman ay 22 and 19 sa home at ang away ay 20-21. Best player of this series is, of course, MVP candidate Nikola Jokic. Number 2. Sino ba, sa palagay niyo mga paps, sino bang number 2? Should I put Jamal Murray over Anthony Edwards? Feeling ko Anthony Edwards dapat eh. I would put in Anthony Edwards over the second best player na feeling ko magiging big difference dito sa series na to. And then do sa third tier, I would put there Jamal Murray, Rudy Gobert, and Karl Anthony Towns as the same tier. And then other players notable here is of course MPJ na maganda yung performance dito. Sa Timberwolves naman would be I would say Kyle Anderson siguro. Malalagay ko dun na isa pang importanteng pyesa. And then if ever I would choose kung sino yung magiging X factor for the Timberwolves, should be Rudy Gobert, mga paps. Just to justify yun nga eh na kontrapelo itong lineup ng Wolves over the Denver Nuggets given almost everyone especially the mainstream media is saying that itong si Nikola Jokic is ano siya doesn't have any defense sa front court. So if that's the case, then if Rudy Gobert can actually match up head to head to Nikola Jokic, then it's going to be a different ball game, di ba? X factor para sa Denver Nuggets. Para sa akin siguro si ano eh, si I would say si Aaron Gordon na for me surprising yung contribution niya the whole season. And then for him to do it as well sa playoffs is going to be big. The hassles, yung usually ginagawa ni Gary Harris before, yung cut, um, consistently shooting well, in the perimeter. Siyempre yung pick and rolls, and then hahanapin ka ni Nikola Jokic eh. So the ability for you to create that opportunity, I guess, is going to be important. Uh, yon yung sa matchups natin, wala akong nakikitang sobrang magic bunot sa bench. I guess, one thing pala na hindi ko nabanggit is Mike Conley. There's a reason kung bakit talaga kinuha din ng Timberwolves itong si Mike Conley, mga paps eh. Kasi syempre, come playoffs, malaking bagay that you have someone that can actually stabilize or establish uh, uh, yung certain aspect of pressure in such, hindi ko, masasabi ba nating young team pa rin ng Wolves? I guess, a not non-veteran dahil pero sabihin na yan kasi may Rudy Gobert din sila. A non-veteran team like the Timberwolves. Aside from that, siguro magmamatter din na this time you get to have a guard that actually knows how to make Rudy Gobert better compared do sa D'Lo Gobert, di ba? So, Conley and Gobert had their time playing together sa Utah Jazz. So, let's see if that's going to be an important part doon sa performance ng Timberwolves. On the other hand, the Denver Nuggets naman, it's just them really playing what the way they played during the regular season. Alam mo yun? Nitong nakaraang game, hindi pa nga gumawa ng todo si Nikola Jokic. Pero of course, he is actually playing against a good defender with Rudy Gobert. But I doubt na magtuloy-tuloy ito throughout the whole series. Narrative natin for this ball game is actually yun eh, yung value na tinodo ng Timberwolves by acquiring Rudy Gobert. Would this trade actually pay off? Kasi yung scenario ngayon na meron sila wherein muntik na silang masipa dun sa play-in tournament. Tapos ngayon they'll be playing against the number 1 team in the league, at least for the regular season. Number 1 team in the West. Kapag dinurog sila ng Denver Nuggets, then mapapaisip talaga ang Timberwolves. Kasi you have to ask eh. You actually placed all your chips on the table pagkatapos it didn't work. So, ano pa yung pwede mong gawin para ma-improve to? Samantalang napakadami ng chips mo yung nagamit to get a piece like Rudy Gobert. So, it's going to be troublesome talaga para sa Timberwolves. Sa Denver Nuggets naman, ang nakikita ko dito kasi is meron pa silang next gear. Kasi people are saying that this is a fake ass number 1 team. This is the fake number 1. Okay? So, feeling nila regular season fine, pero pagdating ng playoffs, bilang lang yung nagtitiwala sa Denver Nuggets. And it's actually justifiable. There's a big hole in their defensive the sa defensive part ng laro ng team na to, which is going to be important in the playoff series. So hindi lang sapat yung pagiging fluid mo offensively. We've seen what happened to very offensive minded Sacramento Kings and JSW na pag-uusapan natin mamaya, na in some level, importante talaga who will defend better. So with that said, this is a good matchup in terms of really testing out both teams. Pero, personally, sabi ko nga kanina, is one of the lopsided matchups. To be honest, I think it's going to be a sweep. 4-0 for the Denver Nuggets. Gets ko naman yung kakayanan ni Nikola Jokic in terms of his defensive weakness. I can't say he's the weakest of all the bigs, pero is actually below average. Siguro. I would say that. Kasi pagdating sa playoffs na to, kailangan clear cut eh. Hindi pwedeng, uy, average ka lang. Feeling ko below average siya in that sense. But still, as a whole, as a team, Denver Nuggets is way, way better than the Timberwolves. Kasi there are instances wherein itong Timberwolves cannot actually find someone to score. I mean, to the point that you're actually asking someone like the slow-mos, the NAWs para, alam mo yun, to provide scoring kapag hindi nakagawa itong si Anthony Edwards or si Mike Conley. So, para sa akin, masakit yun. Plus, Jaden McDaniels is a big, big piece that, na nawala sa kanila. So, para sa akin, malaking bagay yon na nawala si Jaden McDaniels. So, um, I just think this is going to be easy. Ano lang eh, panoodin mo yung Timberwolves. There are several instances, even nung laban nila sa OKC, na hindi talaga sila cohesive eh. It just so happened na itong OKC talaga, ang weakness nila is yung front court. Na sobrang dami naman ng Timberwolves na talagang minamama din na Kat. Pero it took them 3 quarters para maiwanan ng todo tong OKC. Na sobrang malas at sobrang nadebensahan ng magandang NAW yung pinsan niya. Imagine that. Diba? Also, isa pang malaking factor dito siguro is yung kawalan din ni Patrick Beverly in some level. Kasi yung grit and grind before ng Timberwolves, they're actually pulling in strings, like yun nga yung move na yun ni Nickel Alexander Walker, all of a sudden biglang siya yung magic bunot in terms of yung ano mo matching up defensively, pero baka doon lang siya umepekto SG kasi pinsan niya yun, alam mo yun, parang nakakailang no eh, baka pag sinigaw ko tapos sumumo kay tita yung mga ganong angulo, mga paps. Pero, I don't know. I just think this is going to be a sweep. I could see them winning if at least one best case scenario. Pero tara dikitan, I will be surprised. Alam mo yun. Hindi naman sa masyado ko minamalit ang Wolves. Feeling ko kasi, well, if they actually win games, I mean like 2 or more, even win the series, it means that they are actually cohesive na hindi ko nakita in the past few games, even no padulo na ng ng regular season. So, yeah, I'm going with the Denver Nuggets 4-0 for this matchup. Uy, ito solid to. The number 4 Phoenix Suns against the LA Clippers, which is the number 5. Split din, mga paps. Series split sila 2-2. Feeling ko kasi late na rin kasi nakalipat itong si KD dito sa Phoenix Suns. So 45-37 para sa Phoenix Suns. They are number 14 offensively, number 7 defensively. Net rating is 9. Home is 28-13, tapos away record nila is 17-24. Ang Clippers naman 44-38, hindi masyado nagkakalayo. Offensive, defensive at net rating pare-parehas. Wow. Pwedeng tayaan to 17 sila sa lahat ng 'yon. 23-18, home, away is 21-20. Okay. So, one big imbalance here na hindi mo mababasa basta-basta doon sa record will be the loss of Paul George. Feeling ko that alone is a big hole. Kasi ito accumulation na to eh. Feeling ko dahil ilang weeks din basta nawala si Paul George noon eh bago matapos ang regular season. So I think defensively and even offensively they could have been better. Hindi naman as in like top 10 better. Feeling ko naman borderline siguro mga number 13 or so. Pero definitely better. And then of course, if you put that aside, playoff wise, matchups pa lang malaking difference na yan. You have someone like Paul George, 'di ba? Either defensive or offensive. So let's talk about that for a second, no. Offensively masakit 'yon. I mean, you have a third option like Russell Westbrook. But Russell Westbrook is what? One dimension player at this point in his career. So you lose the ability of mid-range, you lose the ability of outside shooting, you lose the ability of what? Well, defensively, malaki din yung diferensya niya. At ano tawag dito? Yung haba pa lang at laki ni Paul George, medyo pangit yung kombinasyon ng words na yun. Alam mo yung pag bigla mong pinakinggan tong episode na to, tapos doon ka napatapat. Parang di mo akalaing pinag-uusapan natin NBA. Anyway, yun nga, para sa akin, malaking diferensya talaga. In terms of offense, idagdag ko lang. Imagine, saan mo kukunin yung points na makuha mo kay Paul George and then supposedly na sana you'll put Russell Westbrook with the bench players to have that ano man yun, bench scoring punch sana supposedly. And then the ability of Russell Westbrook to have the ball in his hands, 'di ba? Yun yung ano yun yung mas comfortable siya. So ngayon, na-disrupt na lahat yun. You have to really come up with a better strategy for that. I respect Ty Lue. I think is a good coach. Actually, is not just a good coach. Is actually beyond that. He's a better playoff coach pa. Maganda yung performance niya nung nasa Cleveland Cavaliers. Proven na siya. So, I guess may tiwala din naman tayo dun sa adjustment. But to be honest, it's it's really hard to come up with the solution dun sa kawalan ni Paul George, and then you only have just what? As certain players to adjust, di ba? So magiging malaking burden to sa likes ni Norman Powell off the bench to really provide value kapag inupo na yung mga starters. Speaking of, bago natin pag-usapan yung mga players, of course, Kevin Durant is the number one player for the series. Number two is Kawhi Leonard. Number three is Devin Booker. Number four is Chris Paul. Number five, I would put Russell Westbrook there just because of the situation. I mean, alam kong maraming bashers itong si Westbrook, but he's actually doing a great job doon sa umpisa ng series. Now, we already had two games and then split din yung dalawa. And then, to be honest, maganda yung performance ni Russell Westbrook in both games. First uh, game nila, hindi, sabaw man siya offensively, but everything was fine. Yung kinakailangan gawin ng Clippers para manalo sa Suns, na gusto kong i-point out, na-deliver talaga nila. Which is to really work cohesively and be active defensively to the point na yung small things na supposedly is being done for specific players, like for example, like a Patrick Beverly, like sino pa ba? Like a Gary Payton Jr. So those kind of stuff, kailangan gawin lahat ng Clippers yun. Kasi you're talking about a very, very solid offensive team like the Phoenix Suns. And then para sa akin, they did a great job. Kawhi Leonard is 100% healthy and ready for this playoff. So they actually won game one. Phoenix, on the other hand, you have to give them chance to really, work together kasi they haven't really played, you know, uh, lengths of games with each other. Kakalipat lang din naman dito ni Kevin Durant, and yung nung nagkaroon sila ng momentum, na injury pa. 'Di ba? Nung regular season. So yes, they had a chance playing together, and alam ko napapractice naman 'yan. Pero playoffs wise, wherein andyan na yung pressure, this is going to be their first time to play together. So, kumbaga sa motor, hayaan muna natin painitin. In terms of ability to have that second gear, alam mo yun, na ilalabas pa, I think both teams has it. The thing is, the Los Angeles Clippers is missing one big piece. So, yun yung hangganan eh. Parang, maybe game one was the best game that they can offer. Just because of that consistency by Russell Westbrook and Kawhi and everyone who really put in the pressure, the defense, offensive rebounds and all. So, feeling ko if they can replicate that, maybe that's the ceiling na magagawa nila. To be good defensively and consistent offensively. Phoenix Suns, on the other hand, it's a battle of mid-range. Eh. KD versus Kawhi, yun eh. And then you have Devin Booker and Chris Paul pa. So it's just them really executing that against the defense of the Los Angeles Clippers. I was thinking before na itong si Robert Covington magiging, uy, magic bunot, bigla kitang papalaruin pagdating ng playoffs. Especially wala si tawag dito, Paul George. Ay parang nai-imagine ko na, uy, mag-step up siya na, uy, nalimutan niyo na ba siya? Eh, before is one of the best or top, hindi naman best siguro, top 3 and D forwards that can actually play small ball center pa few seasons back. He actually played that role sa Philly, lalong-lalo na sa Rockets na ginawa siyang biglang big man, and it was also done nung nasa Portland siya. So I just thought na it's an option, pero I guess Tylo is planning a different approach. Well, it worked and is a better coach, so I'm pretty sure may reasons kung bakit. Also, feeling ko part din ng consideration dito is how open are the Phoenix Suns to play Chris Paul big minutes. Kasi this is just round one. If you actually is aiming for the championship, which is a lot of fans, NBA analysts, and halos lahat, is thinking, oy, almost automatic, pasok na sa finals yan, and even some are saying na sila yung magcha-champion. So if that's the case, it's going to be a challenge. Na paano mo i-manage yun? 38 minutes lagi si Chris Paul. How the Clippers defended him in game 1, which is a decent, which provided a decent result or a good result, is going to be a big question kasi we have what? We have still at least 3 more games na mangyayari yan. So, it's going to be crucial. I guess, dahil labanan to ng mid-range players, mostly, feeling ko, magiging malaking bagay talaga dito. Yung strategy to put someone in front of those players, especially these guys, Kawhi, Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker. Dapat laging may nasa harap sila to make them uncomfortable. Kasi that's the game of mid-range. That's the reason. That's also the reason why great players has a very very strong mid-range game. Kasi alam nila, you need points, bigay mo lang sa akin. Mid-range na natin. Alam mo yun, it's higher percentage shot na medyo undervalued in this generation just because of the generation na to ng fast-pacing game plus way long range shots. Pero mid-range, Kobe did it, MJ did it, diba? Even way back, importante talaga yung mid-range. But then again, if it's not working for you, tapos hindi ganun ka-okay yung outside shooting mo, matatalo ka. Diba? Yun yung catch doon. So, verdict, mga paps. Dahil napag-usapan na natin yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. By the way, big props kay Russell Westbrook kasi para sa akin yung matchup na narrative-wise din, yung matchup ni Westbrook sa ni Kevin Durant is a good matchup somehow in favor of the Clippers just because nakakailang yun eh na maliit yung bantay mo most of the time. Pagkatapos kilala nila yung isa't isa. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, di ba? Pero still, alam mo yun, kung bibilangin mo yung sitwasyon na magiging uncomfortable si Kevin Durant as a good scorer as he is, I would assume playing against Russell Westbrook is one of them. So, just want to point that one out. Okay. So, with that said, I'm still choosing the Phoenix Suns here just because of yung in-explain ko kanina sa Clippers. I'm expecting Phoenix Suns to win in 6-4-2, mga papi. Para sa Phoenix Suns. Okay. Next matchup natin. Ito maganda to. The Sacramento Kings, number 3 versus the Golden State Warriors, number 6. Okay. So ito, sobrang controversial na ito ngayon. Napakasarap pag-usapan mga paps. Okay. Season series, Golden State Warriors 3-1. Mukhang baliwala na to, no, mga paps. Record DSW 44 and 38, number 10 offensively, number 14 defensively. Net rating is number 11. Home record, pag-uusapan natin sa game 3, 33 and 8. Boom, boom, boom. Away is 11 and 30. So, again, mamaya, i-bring up ulit natin tong record na to na napaka-weak, which is 11 and 30. Sacramento naman, 48 and 34. Offensively, they are number 1. Defensively, 23rd. Surprisingly, net rating is number 8. Home is 23 and 18. Away is 25 and 16. Okay. Best player in this series, obviously, it's Stephen Curry. Number 2, I would put there De'Aaron Fox. Number 3, I would put there, feeling ko tire yung number 3 because of what they offer. So I would put there Sabonis, Green, and Klay Thompson. Ayan. Okay. Advantages. So pag-usapan natin yung pagkatalo ng ano ng GSW dito mga paps. So nagulat ba ako? Actually hindi ako nagulat. Nagulat ako na nadalawahan sila na ng Sacramento. I was hoping na dikit na dikit na game 2 and Warriors win. So feeling ko yun. Yun yung expectation ko. Pero kasi yun nga if you check out how GSW has been playing, not only this season, but like for the longest time, they aren't good really as an away team. Okay? They are good at home na masusukat ngayong game 3. Pero ito namang Sacramento Kings are good road players, decent road players. Hindi naman not the best, but they can actually win on the road. So it's going to be interesting. Matchup natin, of course, it's like the Splash Brothers as usual, outside shooting, scoring, perimeter, and then you have the defense of Draymond Green. Ito namang Sacramento Kings, yung tandem ni De'Aaron Fox saka ni Sabonis, scoring at high level, at high pace. X factor for me sa GSW dalawa. Is going to be Gary Payton, the second, and then si Andrew Wiggins. Ito namang Sacramento Kings. Ito, before pa to nung playoff. Pero it so happened na evident ngayon. Natsambahan natin. Ito namang sa Sacramento Kings. I was thinking really talaga. Dalawa kasi yung pinagpilian ko sa Sacramento Kings. It's either Kevin Huerter or itong si Malik Monk. Yung dalawang yan. Kasi all throughout the regular season, sila yung sila yung kapag they're playing well, the whole Sacramento Kings are actually playing well. So if, during those games that happens, they are actually unstoppable. Offensively. Defensively, nakita niyo naman sa ranking at rating natin on how they perform. But then again, this is a playoff game. This is a series game. So we can actually somewhat scrap that. Kasi sabi ko nga nung episode na Eastern Conference natin, pagdating sa playoff, sometimes kung ano na yung andyan doon mag-a-adjust na lang. There's always the identity of a team coming from the performance nila ng season. Pero there are teams na merong mga next gear. Speaking of that, if you're a GSW fan, I would say na hindi ka, well, dapat kang kabahan pala. Kalokohan na hindi ka dapat kabahan kasi nauna na tong Sacramento na dalawa. Pero technically, given na kung fan ka talaga ng GSW, alam mo na mahina sila sa road, then dapat you should have embraced the concept or the type of system, the type of capability that this team has. So, ibig sabihin, sila mismo, alam nila yun. There's a good chance na matalo sila sa road. Plus, not only in this matchup, but in all of matchups, this always expected na the home team plays well. And then the home team actually takes advantage of that home court advantage. Di ba? So, since iba dapat yung level of thinking mo sa GSW dahil champion sila and then somehow it's still part of their dynasty, uh, feeling ko hindi ka pa dapat sobrang magpanic. It's not yet, we're not there pa dun sa pagbintot mo dun sa red button na ay wala na tapos na yung dynasty. Nope, nope. Di pa yon. On the other side of the coin, Kings has been very good, to be honest. The adjustments that Mike Brown did, feeling ko yung mga nakuha niyang information, ginagamit na niya. For a team that you're expecting not to defend well, they're actually doing a better job in defending against the Golden State Warriors. Is it their system? I think hindi masyado eh. For me, it's more of like the pieces involved. Sabihin na natin na similar to like the Miami Heat, ano pa ba yung mga teams na yan? Clippers siguro. Kind of like, a little bit old. The C3P, CP3s, the uh, the the LeBron James. Well, LeBron James is a different beast. Pero medyo iba yung dynamics ng Golden State versus Kings na sobrang bilis talaga. It so happened na yung backcourt nila is also more athletic than the backcourt of the Golden State Warriors, to the point that for them to be always in front of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson is already a good defense. Alam mo yun? You can't say na hindi siya good defense. Baka sabihin mo, gumagawa naman si Curry, gumagawa naman si Klay. Yeah, grabe nga yung mga points din ni Curry, grabe yung tinitira ng tres. Pero it's not about that kasi they're superstars eh. They're actually paid and yung name nila nakuha nila because they make those kind of shots which are tough shots. So the fact that they are already trying to score via tough shots, ibig sabihin, they aren't really doing well. Kasi usually, it's GSW thrives by executing plays and then getting easier shots. Shots that they are more comfortable. So, kung hahabol-habulin ni tawag dito, Davion Mitchell, itong si Stephen Curry na laging nasa harap, minsan natatapikan palagi. It's already a good job. Hindi na kailangan na laging makasteal, na mabutata si Curry. Yun pa lang eh. Kasi, makashoot pa na makashoot si Curry, pagdating ng fourth quarter, imposibleng hindi napapagod yan. Imposibleng hindi nagkakaroon ng tawag dito, ng impact yung pinaghirapan ng depensa niya pagdating the whole game, di ba? Plus, pag binunot natin yung mga benches, mga paps, no? If you compare Jordan Poole versus Monk, ang laki ng diferensya eh. Na parang feeling mo, dapat sinuntok talaga ni Raymond Chris si Jordan Poole. Mukhang naisa talaga sila sa kontrata eh, no? Si Jordan Poole, idol lang to ng mga ng mga mosquito sa barangay eh. Alam mo yun, yung laro niya na parang cool kid, di ba? Uh, let's give chance to Jordan Poole. Let's see. Pero kasi ito yun eh. You need him to be disciplined moving forward. Pero yun na nga yung main trick ni Jordan Poole. He's that guy eh. Siya yung spark plug ng Golden State. Pero part of his game is to be really, parang hindi siya masyado disiplinado. Turnover, mga unforced error, mga bigla na lang titira without executing plays. So that's Jordan Poole for you. So para asahan mo yun, feeling ko, is not the solution. Is not the missing piece. For me, it's magkaroon na ng solid na connection yung triad of defense ng Golden State, which is si Gary Payton, si Andrew Wiggins, saka si Draymond. People are saying, kasi ba't kasi hindi kumukuha ng big man ng Golden State? Yeah, I understand that. Na, alam mo yun, um, malaking bagay kapag makakuha ka ng solid na big man. Pero, simula nung naging fan kayo ng GSW, and most of the GSW fans are younger fans, no? And then, kailan yun? Halos 20s lang, di ba? So, uh, nung nag-start yan, from the Boguts up to ito ngayon, Loonies, they're always comfortable playing with just a decent, above average big man. Especially as Draymond Green as their core forward, di ba? So, I can say na yun talaga yung butas eh. Kasi they're comfortable doing that eh. They're smart enough to do something, sana, if yun talaga yung missing piece nila. For me, yes, they will be better if they have a better big man. Like, way better big man. Pero I also think na part ng game nila yun eh. And they used to that. It's a formula that has been tested and have worked. So, hindi ko masyado bibigyan ng emphasis yun sa big man na angulo. At least that's my personal opinion. No? Ako para sa akin, dahil kababalik pa lang ni Andrew Wiggins, maybe, hindi ko din masabi kasi he's playing good actually. So, maybe it's also just consistently being in front and defending the backcourt of uh, the Sacramento Kings, plus hopefully being more aggressive offensively. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, doon sa spacing nila, hirap na hirap si Curry sa si Clay. Kasi ang bibilis nung tawag dito, nung nasa unahan nila eh. Even in switches eh. Pero Andrew Wiggins, kapag siya yung umi-score, there's always a certain level of separation. Kasi feeling ko yun nga eh. Hindi naman sa katandaan or kabagalan. Yung dynamics lang ng laro. Maybe as athletic as some of the backcourt players ng Sacramento Kings to the point na kaya niyang sabayan and minsan nahihigitan pa kasi malaki to eh. Malaking forward to si Andrew Wiggins saka mabilis siya para sa size niya. It's like a better version of Harrison Barnes, 'di ba? So, yun nga eh. So, feeling ko isa yun doon sa key. Sacramento Kings naman, they need to just maintain this. Kasi at some point, syempre, there will be games na they'll be stagnant. You can just always assume na, oy, lagi, ganito yung performance ng Sacramento Kings. They won't change that kasi it's doing great. Pero hindi nila, well, in some sense, parang overwhelmed ang Golden State. Pero, alam mo yun, hindi siya sobrang, like, iwan na iwan yung Golden State. Alam mo na may ibubuga ba yung Golden State o parang nasyak lang ba ang Golden State. So, for me, just the fact that if they can maintain this, good point na yun para sa Sacramento Kings. They're doing a good job against the Currys, the Klay Thompsons, and then also limiting din yung front court nila. Even the fact Kevin Looney is playing good minutes and more minutes, especially sa pagdating ng Game 3. So it means hindi niya lang kailangan rebound kasi if you're playing 30 minutes na, I need you to score 12 points din, di ba? O kaya 16 points din. So, syempre, dahil wala namang defensive na, well, Alex Len nakakatulong. Pero if it's against Sabonis, ewan ko, it's going also to be, it's not easy. Yun ang point ko. I mean, kailangan, nagagawa nyo na, kailangan maging focus pa rin ng Sacramento. It's also a good point na yung guards ng Sacramento, Fox saka itong ano niya ka-reunion niya na si Monk. Feeling ko kasi yung their ability coming off the ball, yun yung ano eh, yun yung malaking diferensya eh. Kasi if you have players like that and you have a good system, hindi stagnant yung flow. So nagkakaroon ka ng opening and then if you have active players na matalino and then spot up shooters, ang daming option. It's either these two guys, especially Fox na sobrang bilis, goes through the basket, gets fouled, or they can kick out. And not every team has that. Before, it's a same version of the Golden State Warriors. The only difference there is mas matres itong Golden State Warriors. Pero Stephen Curry is almost the lone player that does that pagdating sa Golden State. At least din sa mga nakaraang game. Ewan ko napapansin nyo yun. So, that's the reason na I'm saying na sana magawa pa yun more ni Andrew Wiggins kasi he's the next thing na capable of doing that. I'm not asking so much for Jordan Poole just because to explain ko kanina. Pero yun. And then also, yun nga, Gary Payton, he's doing a great job, but especially with Draymond Green out, I think he needs to do better. The Sacramento Kings are playing better, yung special defense nila, in teams that execute a lot of pick and roll. They love that. They thrive against those teams. Ito kasi magaling to sa medyo one-on-one. Kick out and all. So, ayun, with that said, again, itong, syempre, ako, yung take ko is before the play-in tournament. Before the playoffs pala, actually. After the play-in tournament ko, sinubmit dun sa, sa pagsasubmitan. Yung mga projections ko na hindi ko naman na-post sa page. I actually chose the Golden State Warriors in 7. This is actually, I have two teams na matchups pala na nahirapan ako. And then isa to. Off the bat, I was thinking na the stories there, Light the Beam, ano mo yun, Cinderella story, the Mike Brown angle, and all. So, yun, iniisip ko yun. So, bakit JSW yung napili ko? And bakit Game 7? Well, feeling ko dikdikan. It's a very, very good matchup. For me, this is the best matchup sa buong round 1. Next, na consideration ko doon is, I was actually questioning Sabonis, not facts. Kasi during his stint do sa Indiana Pacers, it's not the best of his playoff experience. So I was thinking na if mangibabaw yun, then it's going to be a problem para sa Sacramento. So, plus, GSW is GSW. So, I already, parang ako, medyo tinanggap ko talaga yon na it's going to be a dogfight. Pero, yon I didn't expect na makakadalawa agad ang Kings. Plus, I didn't expect that GSW will struggle this much dun sa ginawang depensa. And kasi, solid yung main 5 ng, ng Kings is si Fox, si Monk, si Sabonis, si Barnes, saka either of the wing. Usually, si Davion o kaya si Herter. So yun, nahihirapan sila dun eh. So yun, kung napanood ko ba babaguhin ko yung assumption ko. To be honest, I'd stick with that. I'm not alam niyo naman ako, di ba, Spurs fan ako. I'm just really giving respect dun sa experience and also understanding how good the coaching staff, the GSW in terms of adjustment. Pero ang hindi natin, of course, wala naman tawag dito, nakapaghula, nakapag-predict ng mangyayari kay Draymond Green. So it's going to be tough doon sa game 3. Quickly lang doon sa Draymond Green. I think hindi naman ako, I mean, it's expected kay Draymond Green, pero ang take ko kasi doon, hinawakan mo yung paa, Paps. Gusto mo ba, ang iniintay mo bang kapalit, purihin ka ng kung sino mang hinawakan mo ng paa. Pero uy, okay lang yan, Paps. So, of course, you should be ready for some retaliation. Nagbigay ka ng binigyan mo eh. So, expect mo nagbibigay din ng resibo yung kapalit. Ang kaso nga lang, masyadong obvious kasi. May diin eh. So, yun lang. So, I guess, ako wala sa akin yun. Hindi ako fan ng mga pinagagawa ni Draymond like in his antics. Pero Hindi ako fan doon, pero fan ako nung chaos. Gusto ko yung ganito, yung competitiveness and ganito. Feeling ko na talaga na downplay yung grab foot na ginawa ni Domas. Maraming angles eh. Parang ayoko lang talaga siyang i-extend yung na pag-usapan natin yung angulong yun. I guess it's better if you stick dun sa basketball side of the game. Kasi parang ang catch kasi niyan mga paps, mawawala kasi yung fulfillment nung pag-appreciate natin nung quality games eh, if we're focused on that. Although it's an impact, pero para sa akin, ano eh, parang, it is what it is. Enjoy na lang natin and then let's just focus more on the basketball stuff. It's better kasi it's more competitive, meron ng bad blood per se. So yung gustong-gusto ko yun. So hopefully it's a sign really na lalong mag-init tong dalawa. Again, Warriors in 7, tingnan natin. Next up, pangilan na ba to? Ito na tayong last, no? Ng West. Uy, Memphis Grizzlies versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, so Memphis Grizzlies versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Series, lamang ang Lakers 2-1. Lakers 43 and 39, number 19 offensively, number 12 defensively, net rating is number 16. Home record nila is 23 and 18, away record is 20 and 21. Memphis Grizzlies naman 51 and 31, solid offensively, number 11 defensively, number 3. Net rating number 4 sila, solid, di ba? Home 35 and 6 na dapat katakutan. Away naman nila is 16 and 25. Okay. Para sa akin, malaking bagay na na-injured si Ja Morant. Tingnan natin kung makapaglaro siya. So kahit maglaro siya, tapos hindi siya 100%, like, alam mo yun, to really score, and then andun lang siya para pumasa. Um, it's going to be a different Memphis Grizzlies. Siguro, one of the things that we should also check here is, season-wise, 11-10 ang record ng Memphis without Ja Morant. For me, it's important. Kahit na maglaro si Morant, pero hindi siya 100%. I think it's leaning more on that. So technically it's not a good angle for the Memphis Grizzlies. Best player of the series, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is the best player for me. Second tier, to be honest, I would say Triple J, mga paps. Triple J, Ja Morant, and LeBron James. I would put that in that tier. Okay? Um, ano yung catch natin dito? What are the narrative and all? A young team, explosive team versus a not so young team and an aging uh, LeBron James and injury prone Anthony Davis. So parang lopsided ba to? Take note na yung mga records natin kanina is also considering yung first half Lakers na may Russell Westbrook. Diba? So, not very accurate. Another thing is, may nagbago ba sa Memphis Grizzlies? I don't know. I would say wala naman dapat masyado. Pero, I guess, yung sitwasyon ngayon yung magbabago kasi they'll be playing without Ja Morant possibly or without 100% healthy Ja Morant. So it's still a big thing. Almost the same with the Milwaukee Bucks na tawag dito. Walang Giannis Antetokounmpo. And if your best player is not available 100%, it's always going to be a problem. Pag-usapan natin yung Lakers, mga paps, since solid na solid yung panalo nila, yung iba nagulat, di ba? Chamba lang daw kasi best game ni Rui at hindi naman yun basta-basta mangyayari. Does it mean Rui is our X factor pala? Sideways natin. X factor for me for the Los Angeles Lakers. Gumawa na rin siya actually. In the past game, going to go with Austin Reeves. On the other hand, for the Memphis Grizzlies, tama ba to? Na siya ang pipili? For me, it's going to be Dylan Bricks, and his brick house. I guess him guarding LeBron is going to be big para sa akin. So, for me, it's his X factor, especially if he can actually score efficiently. To be honest, itong si Dylan Brooks, for some good reason, pagdating sa playoffs, he's actually playing well if you check out the stats. Regular season, not so much. Pero he's still Dylan Brick, so I would assume na giving him or making him score more won't always result to a good result for the Memphis Grizzlies. Bakit natalo yun agad no? Bakit natalo yung Memphis Grizzlies? Dahil lang ba wala si Jamoran? Well, for me, unang-una kasi walang Steven Adams. So, they're a little bit smaller. And then, Lakers are big, mga paps. You know, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt. Come on. Malaki sila, pre. So, if you check, and then if you check just the stats alone without even checking historically, medyo dehado talaga yung Memphis in terms of rebounding, in terms of like really the size. So physically, ewan ko, for me kasi importante yun, Paps. Kasi again, rebounding is very important kasi that's additional opportunity to for additional points. Aside from that, coming to the game, big props to Triple J kasi hindi siya nagkakaroon ng fall trouble. Pero that's the catch on Triple J. So it so happened lang na hindi siya fall trouble. That's the reason why he's actually dominating LeBron James. And then I don't think merong sagot ng Lakers para kay Triple J. So while Jamoran isn't 100%, it's going to be Triple J show. So he needs to really step up, mga papi. Another angle here is na hindi pa nangyayari pala. Itong Lakers kasi is a free throw shooting team. So they are the teams that gets fouls and then also doesn't give fouls to other teams. So parang talagang yun yung core nila. So if that's the case, para sa akin medyo mahihirapan ng Memphis Grizzlies kung hindi makapaglaro si Ja Morant. Brandon Clark not playing has been low-key important para sa Memphis Grizzlies kasi sobrang active nun eh. I mentioned Steven Adams a while ago, pero kasi I doubt na mabababa din si Steven Adams just because of matchups, I guess. Pero Brandon Clark on the other hand is much agile, offers more offensively. So feeling ko siya yung isa din doon sa malaking kawalan sa Memphis ng Memphis Grizzlies. Another thing would be weak spot din kasi ng Memphis yung spot ups. That's the reason why inacquire nila si tawag dito. Nawala na sa isip ko. Pero yung guard from the Los Angeles Clippers. I-imagine ko na yung mukha niya pero hindi ko maalala yun. So, dahil playoffs na and then usually players like as great as LeBron and Anthony Davis, despite not playing well almost the full season, feeling ko malaking bagay na maganda yung schedule nila bago matapos yung season. Initially, iniisip ko, nako, parang fake, ano ba to? Parang fake positivity ba to? Parang fake wins ba to? Kasi they did well against not so good teams. So parang magkakaroon ka ng idea na, andyan na ang Lakers, di ba? So, tapos muntik pa silang matalo ng Minnesota, a depleted Minnesota team. So I was thinking na, do I trust the Los Angeles Lakers? Then chinek ko yung matchups and all. Pero they're actually doing a good job, especially against Grizzlies. Hindi ko situational. Going back to Rui, do you expect him to do that always? Of course not. Pero I expect him to be involved. Him, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Bakit? Everybody double teams either LeBron James or Anthony Davis. Mostly Anthony Davis. So what does that mean? If the best defenders are focusing on Anthony Davis, at least two of them, and one in front of LeBron James, then it means yung dalawang hindi masyado okay na defender is around other Lakers that is available in the court. It's either going to be Dennis Schroeder, um, si Austin Reeves, at si Rui Hashimura, D'Angelo Russell. So it's just about them creating opportunities and making shots. It so happened that Rui is actually a good inside middle-ish finisher. He flashes, he cuts. So, importante yon. If they does that, Anthony Davis kicks the ball to good, creates good passes dun sa mga players around him, mahihirapan si Grizzlies. Again, just because of the pieces. Plus, Lakers, at least in the game 1, did a great job defending din naman. The likes of Desmond Bain, yung mga expected. Triple J, not so much. Triple J is eating LBJ alive, mga paps. So, if you're a Memphis Grizzlies fan, it's going to be Triple J. You don't need Triple J committing a lot of fouls. But then again, punta tayo doon sa stat na kahit i-research nyo, andyan, Lakers are good getting fouled. So, ano yung final verdict? Kasi parang, so saan ka ngayon? Parang saan ka okay? Kasi, if you'll check the regular season stats, clear as the sky, it's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. But then again, na-injured si Ja Morant. Pero, wag natin dapat i-consider yun kasi this is with an assumption na ginawa ko talaga yung projection ko before the playoff. Hindi pala with an assumption. Ginawa ko pala talaga siya. So, ano yung, again, ito, isa to sa talagang dalawang nahirapan ako. Ito, doon sa DSW na matchup eh. Final verdict, I have a lot of Los Angeles Lakers fans outside. Actually, I'm for the Memphis Grizzlies in 7. So, yun yung take ko dito. Nahirapan, ito yung huling-huli kong na finalize. And to be honest, you can ask a good friend of mine and belated happy birthday, Paps, one of my best friends from KPTV, Papi KP. Initially, Lakers. Ewan ko ba? Kung anong naamoy kong barbecue ba yung naamoy ko, inihaw na liempo. That before I submit my entry, I switched it to the Memphis Grizzlies. So yun yung nangyari, but I'm gonna stick with that either ways. So Memphis in 7. If hindi makapaglaro si Ja Morant, I could actually say that Lakers being number 7 won't matter. It's going to be a different thing unless D'Lo messes up those open shots or what else na hindi pa nga active niyan si LeBron James eh. So Lakers is sobrang unexpected na in some sense medyo match up wise medyo malas lang kasi yun nga eh. Yung walang Brandon Clark, walang Steven Adams, mawawala pa si Ja Morant. I can see Memphis Grizzlies having a hard time scoring, especially if one of your scorers eventually will be Dylan Brooks. It's going to be tough, mga paps. It's going to be tough. Desmond Bain is good. Tyus is decent. Triple J will score definitely 100%. Pero third guy or sometimes second guy kasi he's oozing of confidence is going to be Dylan Brooks. Again, he's going to be an X factor. If that happens, then Memphis will win. Pero yun nga eh. It's going to be hard for me to really see that happening. But despite that, nauna na sa akin na Grizzlies in 7. Would I change it? Well, reflex. Una kong pinili yung Lakers. Pero it is what it is. We should put our money where our mouth is. So, Memphis tayo. Ayun. Okay, so maraming salamat again. Kahit delayed itong ating playoffs projection, I hope nagustuhan niyo yung quick background and then mamayang gabi, feeling ko, umpisahan na natin na dire-diretso. Maglalabas tayo ng review episodes ng mga games. So good luck dun sa mga bukas ng gabi pala yun, no? So good luck dun sa mga supporters. Saka, by the way, plano ko din pala mga paps to provide per game analysis with respect to DFS and ads. So, if you think it's a good idea, try natin gawin yan. Ay. Okay, yun lang mga papi. Thank you so much mga paps. Again, this is your Fantasy Papi, Papi Roy. Fantasy Possible Pinas, Fantasy Possible page at Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Follow niyo yan. Thank you so much mga papi. Bye-bye.